Che bisogno un spazio con lavoro per la è claro.
Sarà necessario.
Però, but we need also something from you. It is, how to explain? We need some, please help.
Yeah.
Help
Abbiamo
him.
bisogno del tuo aiuto.
Sì.
Riesco anche quel vostro.
No, per esempio qui, con la carta, che facciamo?
Our approach was this, no? How to convert a brilliant idea to an engineering project that will solve all the demands the customer had and also the visitors will have. Meaning it has to be fun, it has to be beautiful, but before everything has to be secure and has to be an engineering solution good for its purpose. So that was the main approach, being able to understand the customer need and provide an engineering project finished.
Differently from any other architecture concourse that we didn't start with the project, we started with the concept, because we understood that we have to define a really strong guide, very strong drive on which to base our experience, because we're talking about experience spaces. It's not so much about shape, it's about experiencing the shape, experiencing the multisensoriality. So how to create something meaningful, institutional from one side, that respond to all the demands of the briefing that we received from the concourse. Actually, we are talking about Brazil. We have to talk about specific topics of the expo contents, of the expo curatorship, and specific topics of Brazil, together with creating a super ludic, super involving, super sexy space. You know, so we have to communicate not with boring panels and text, but something more immersive.
And the idea of the net itself, it was our first meeting, we began to talk about how was the relationship to the food reach another part, and this, when, you know, it's like the tomato come from here to there, and the carrot come there to here. You know, something like this, and it looks like a net. Actually, it was a very more messy net like it is. But the idea of the net began because of this conversation, you know. So that's to say, well, why don't you do something very funny and make people to walk on this net? You know, this net, that's the way the people relation each other, you know, to have the food nowadays. Because in the past, we have like a center where everything converges. Yes. Nowadays, it was the way that it is relation, because of the internet, of course, is different. So I think the image of the net was the first thing that came from our brains, you know, everybody. So it's like this.
Wie wir den montieren, würde ich sagen. Das ist natürlich die Frage. Was mir sehr gut gefällt an der ganzen Geschichte, an dem Montageablauf, da haben wir eben die Möglichkeit, wenn das außen dran ist, dann können wir hier mit dem Panzer einfach reinfahren. Aber vorher müssen wir den einführen. Und wenn wir das am Stück fräsen, dann ist es wirklich unabhängig und passt immer drüber.
Genau.
Haben wir ein Problem mit Aluminium oder Edelstahl? Eigentlich nicht.
Müsste eigentlich gehen. Also bei so wenig Kontakt ist das gar kein Problem, denke ich mal.
Guck mal hier diese Geometrie. Das ist halt ein industrielles Teil. Ein sehr schönes Detail. Oh well, we have to develop a shape which follows the ideas of the architect and as well follows the demands of a tensile structure. It means you have to develop a 3D shape which is rigid enough that 600 people can stand on the mesh without any problems. So this development of the shape according to statical calculation was a big problem for us, because the initial design of the architects was flat, and we need a self-stabilizing surface of the mesh so that it can hold the load from people standing, running, jumping there without any permanent deformation. While we have a new mesh which was never built before in this dimension, in this structure, we have to develop so many details, so many connections, how to fix it here and there, and this is so labor intensive for this single project for half a year. But we hope that everything will be so smart that people love to work on it, that people love to use it, and people keep in mind, and they run on the mesh with a smile in their face.
Of course, it's a detailed thinking, and you have to think also if there's any, what could also happen. There are always, if you're just looking to the detail, of course, you know what are the openings, what are the gaps which are not allowed, but what you do not know from the papers is really the reaction of that flexible system, and if something there happen which you are not can see before. So that I would say is the biggest challenge, to find out if there anything which you are not have seen before in the details.
The biggest challenge has been definitely to coordinate so many people of different nationalities, of different mentalities. Keep in mind, there were the architects Brazilians, Arthur Casas, Marco Bracagic, the people in Italy who were building the pavilion, the engineer German, the construction company German, our mother house is Danish, and we are from Spain. So to coordinate this has been a hell of a difficulty for me. How many time do we need? How much time we need to leave the net?
We have two options. We have two options. If we are lucky, we will do it in 3 days.
Lifting,
Lifting, hanging like that. Unrolling.
Lifting,
yeah.
and hanging.
And hanging.
3 days.
If we are lucky.
Best scenario.
Worst scenario?
7 days.
Okay.
Entre 3 e 7 giorni. We expect this process will need.
Pay attention to
Kann man das machen? A tavola verticale. No?
So the idea is, Jonas, can you take for me? Please. You are a pillar.
I am a pillar.
I am a pillar too. Okay.
That's coming as
So we hang.
there's a storm.
We hang. Thomas. So this is the net. This is the mesh.
Yes.
Okay. We hang the mesh to 2 pillars in 2 points. Okay. Sì, una simulazione.
Where? Yeah, this is the net, and we have pillar and pillar. Okay. Turn it around. Alicia, take that, turn it around.
So Jonas,
You do that.
Jonas and me are pillars.
Yes.
Okay. And we connect it to the 2 pillars we have, or to the 2 elements that we have on the ramp.
Yes.
But definitely they have to install the balustrade of the ramp.
Yes.
So they have to pass by in order to fix it.
And the ramp as well. And the ramp.
On
the ramp is here.
That we
Yes,
are.
sir.
We have the ramp here.
Yes.
The idea is, you hang it, then can you double it in
No,
order to
no.
give them space to pass by and to install the.
My idea is, you are a pillar,
Yeah.
and you make your arm longer, come along, and this is a strap.
Okay.
So between the pillar and the mesh, you have space that you can install here. You have 1, 2, 3 meters.
Starting from the 15 and 16 of March.
What? 60. No, too late.
It's possible for.
We told you it's too late.
Yes, we cannot make it on the 16th.
Because
Absolutely
yet
not.
we are not ready before. It's impossible.
We cannot finish the net if we start on March the 15th. Absolutely not. This was agreed in the contract with Apex and with everybody. We have to start 1st of March.
It's a very, very strange sensation, yes. But I think it's something like to go on on a boat.
I remember, you know, I said to Carmela, I remember the first step of Armstrong on the moon. I say, it's a small, it's a small step for a man, but it's a big step for the project. Because it was like, I step on it and I say, wow, this is like on the moon, you know. Now I have no gravity.
It was a Wednesday morning. I was alone here because I was the first to arrive from Brazil. And when I got the first step, I started crying. And I wanted to talk to someone in Brazil, and it was like 4 hours difference, and I couldn't call anyone. It was really emotional, really touching.
Taglia, taglia.
Stop! Stop!
Bene, bene, zwei. Due e uno.
Uno e mezzo.
Io, bene.
Uno e mezzo.
Bene. Ah, uno.
When I got here last week, it was the first time I have seen it live, and it was overwhelming with everything because it was exactly like I had imagined.
Yeah.
And the color was perfect, everything, the connections, and I was very, very satisfied with the result.
Like being here on site almost every day, you can say that every single person that approached the pavilion stopped and looked. The net and the pavilion are beautiful.
I think we made real the drawings that they did at the beginning, and of course it was very different at the beginning, the project of the net, the idea of the net, but there was like a seed inside of this idea that is maintained, an idea that is maintained, that you can walk upon this forest that is created below.
Então, divirtam-se e aproveitem a rede, que ela é presente nosso para vocês.
Ich wünsche allen, die auf das Netz gehen, dass sie sich an ihre Kindheit wieder erinnern.
Beh, che dire, questa è un'esperienza incredibile, un risultato eccezionale per tempi e modalità di esecuzione. Quello che mi auguro è che questo piccolo capolavoro, questo piccolo miracolo non venga disperso, ma che ci siano delle possibilità per essere riutilizzato dalla collettività. Questo è il nostro auspicio.
Esta red es impressionante.
Eu acho que vai ser sucesso isso daqui. Vai ficar na história.
Leute, geht hin zur Expo, probiert das Netz aus und lasst uns wissen, ob ihr Spaß habt.
Spero che questo progetto sia a playful living, come dice Compan, come l'idea di Compan.
Se è piaciuta tanto a me stare a progettare nel progetto di questa rete, vi divertirete un sacco, vi divertirete tantissimo.
Que eu gostaria que as pessoas, realmente gostaria que as pessoas entrassem e se sentissem parte, envolvidas. E agora eu posso dizer que eu tenho certeza que elas vão entrar e interagir com o pavilhão brasileiro.
Benvenuti!
El mensaje es, hay que divertirse más durante el proceso de producción y después. Ens hem de divertir més tots.
Esse é só o começo. Esse é só o começo. Obrigado.